shout, yeah. And so he was doing like that, and they walked up and down. They did not know what to do. But by the time that I was talking to them, they now baited me. I could help them. I said, I am going to try my best. And you are going to start. So if I will be able to help them, that the royalty left for stage a job is $2 a barrel. But then that I will be the sole supplier of all those chemicals that they are using if I can do that. So we said quite a lot anyway. You know, when you are going for a thing like that, the very first thing is the exam, to pass it, to see if you can do anything. And so I started the research. I collected boys from different chemical companies, both overseas and here in Nigeria. I remember the judge who told me that the invention was so quick. Of course, that is out of stupidity. Because anything that you want to do should be done overnight. That is, your failure and your starting should be overnight. Because you should have a sleepless night to be able to get what you want. And that was what I did. And finally, I was able to come out with some chemicals that I was able to kill those weeds. And those chemicals, the tree killers, that I had to mix up and make sure that the area was clear. And so because they could not use lead to enter, to cut those bush, and they could not use cane, they could not use anything, so I had to apply chemicals. The ungrateful people said it is going to be an occupational hazard, because within about 3 days, I was able to fly in and kill as much, I cleared as much bush as possible within the area. It belongs to nobody. So whatever that I did was pleasing to the people. So for some time now, the bush started getting dry, and I advised that they should go with the machine to remove sand, sort of dredging machine to remove sand and throw it into the mainland. They threw it and it became a hill. And then it was, for some time now, it went down and it was easy. If you go to Ibora now, it's a big township. At that time, there was no land at all. The people were living inside water. And so I was able to clear the land and get moving to what it is now through chemicals. And the weed killers, the tree killers, the clearing substances, I was able to complete it. And finally, the source water. It was an interesting thing to do the research, although dangerous, because we had to go diving. We had to go into researching, digging the sand about 80 nautical miles and 50 miles. We had to move up to Yawende. We had to move to Sankai Sabel and those other areas within the boundaries of Nigeria. That is the fight of Biafra. We went in there testing the ground, and we were able to discover that till now that the amount of oil under the Nigerian ground, that area, the south area, is measuring itself as X and type for years, so that the water on top and the oil below at the earth crust was enough to satisfy the world. Now I bring myself back to my mind back to what used to happen in overseas. When we were there, we were trying as much as possible. Fuel was the problem. The world problem was fuel. And so I saw that I could do that if I try my hand. And within some time, we were able to work on daily on the sand, on the mud, on the earth crust, inside the water, the surrounding, and by the time that we finished, we were able to find the average of corrosion, soil, whatsoever is alive over there. Within the sands, within everywhere, we were able to find the average. And having been able to find the average, we started making chemicals that would be able to balance the corrosion menace. And finally, I came out with the chemicals, and that day there was a big jubilation in Mobile as I brought the chemicals that was good enough to take care of the Mobile project. And there was a jubilation, and they also wrote, this thing that I'm talking about is that it was an everyday affair. I remember one day when Mr. Harry Hawkins came in to see that I did not finish the hours that I fixed for the chemicals that I had to use was not yet, and I couldn't use more than that number of hours as I was looking for the result. So I told him to wait for me so that I can accompany him to back to take it down. And he told me, it's too very more. Rules and regulations in this premises belongs to you. You should not tell me when to close. I remember. Of course, at most of the time he was saying those things that would get me to vote. But I was in for the job. I remember when he told his accountant, Mr. Achibo, you look at that stupid man downstairs, stupid black downstairs, should not be born in Africa. For him to solve the Mobile problem is not a human being, it's a spirit. I remember that. I remember a word like that. And finally, God was able to do everything for us because we have to put God in the forefront of everything. And finally, I was able to invent this chemical, which is being used today, and everybody is talking about. What am I talking about? The chemical. I call it Mobile Blue and Mobile White. The batch was called Mobile White, and Mobile Blue is the color that Mobile is using today. I had to distinguish the color. Why? For one, the Mobile batch is good enough. It shines in the night, so that if there is a plane passing about, the towers will not be heated by the plane. So it had a blinking color. The blue was used for the steel houses, which they brought the steel bent up houses from overseas to come and put floating on the water. What the chemical is doing is that without anti-corrosive special effects, goodbye to any drilling, because the salt water and any metals in the world are not friendly. Try your gold ring now. Put some salt inside water and put your gold ring till morning. It is not your own again. Try using salt on the pipes of your house, or even the expanded metal, or the window protectors. If you use salt on it, within a very short time, it will fuck up